All right, folks, welcome to the Alive at a Dollar podcast network. It's Radio's Yard. It used to be Krantz's Corner. Billy Lindsay only knows it from Krantz's Corner, but now he's his first time in Radio's Yard. And guess what? We're celebrating again with Billy Lindsay like we did last year, the day after the Stanley Cup, because now we've won 2 in a row. Billy Lindsay joining us here, radio voice, Panthers legend. Billy, last year was a fun one to do the day after. Now I feel like we got to do this every year, and if we don't, it's going to be boring if we don't. Billy, welcome to Radio's Yard.
Thank you, Clancy. This feels good, doesn't it?
It does.
Wow. Wildest dreams. Back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. Just sitting in the booth and calling the game, just looking at the fans, just trying to soak it all in, cherish the moment. Never know if you're going to get this back. Special group of men. That's all I got to say in that locker room.
I was just about to say, first off, what was that? What was Amherst Bank like last night? Like we've seen it on big nights, obviously, but winning back to back, that crowd looked nuts. Like I was so excited to watch that.
So it's so helpful here. You're going into this big game 6. There was a little push from Edmonton off the start, but Reinhardt scores this scintillating goal where he takes it off Bouchard's stick, dances around Ekholm, and on the seat of his pants, top shelf. So the building erupts. The fans are into the game. We're rolling, and all of a sudden it's late in the first period. Kachuk scores 2-0, and you're buzzing going to break. Things can chat like in Edmonton when we got the leads. It's quiet, it's silent.
Right.
There's this nervous energy. It's palpable. But when you got that going, you got the lead. Everyone is. You start to taste it. It starts to get there. It gets louder. The crescendo starts building and building, and then late in that second period, you get a third goal. And now you're heading into the third. The buildings are they're on their feet. Like, let's bring this home. Let's bring this home. Chris Knobloch pulls a goaltender with 7 minutes on the clock. A couple empty netters by Reinhardt, a 4-goal performance, and the lid came off the building. Right. So you had that whole. You couldn't draw it up any better. Like the overtime, if it's going overtime or it's close, like if you're a fan, you're there, you're happy, but you're not jubilant. You're watching the game and. You're kind of living and dying just like a broadcaster on every play. That's so close, and you about the 10-minute mark celebration. Let's begin. It's kicking in loud, and then it gets those final few seconds, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, Billy, you know what? I'm not a big X's and O's guy. Me and you, I don't like talking X's and O's hockey with you. I like talking about moments because we've had some good moments together. 7 minutes left when he pulled the goalie. Was that the right move to make for Edmonton?
I don't know. It's do or die, right?
Right.
So you're down by 3 goals. You might as well. I would give it a shot. You haven't done anything. Get it out there. If it gets 3-1, you got a chance. The less time goes, I don't mind that decision by Knobloch. He's not getting their depth helped them throughout the playoffs, but it was 29-97. Draisaitl, McDavid. If they were going to have any hope, and put an extra attacker on the ice, let's see what happens. Maybe we get a chance. Maybe we get a goal.
Yeah, it seemed weird from an outsider standpoint, but I get it because you're right. You had nothing going for you. You're down 3. You got to get something going, and I get that. That's fine. All right, that's my big X's and O's. I don't want to talk anymore X's and O's. I want to talk about fun stuff. Sam Bennett, 15 goals in the playoffs. Conn Smythe. I mean, you want to talk about guy playing at the highest of high levels. This was unbelievable to watch. From a fan standpoint, not even in the booth, Sam Bennett was unbelievable, and I can't imagine this team without him at this point.
I can't either. Wrecking ball, energy.
Right.
13 goals on the road of those 15.
Wow.
He led the team in hits. He led the team in shots. He plays with such passion and desire, but it's mean and it's nasty. Once I put those skates on, I'm coming for you. I don't just want to hit you into the glass. I want to run you through right into the glass and make you sit with the spectators. Sam Bennett just raises the energy on the bench, and as he goes, our team goes a lot of nights. With that being said, the 15 goals, but the 22 points ranks fourth. We had 3 other guys with 23 points. And 19-20, Evan Rodriguez on our top 9 was the bottom guy, 17 points.
Right.
Try and match up against that if you're the opposition. Brad Marchand, who are you going to go against? One night it's Barkov. They're our best line. The other night it's Lundell, Marchand, and then Louis Serenen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll throw Kachuk in there. They'll be our best line tonight. What are you trying to figure? Chris Knobloch's on the other side, changing goaltenders, changing lines. Paul Maurice is like, ask him in the presser in the morning. Same lineup.
Right.
Same lineup. Same lineup. It just doesn't
Don't change it if it's working. That's it at this point.
Paul
Maurice is such a mastermind.
Had him befuddled on the other side. Yes, Paul Maurice is a mastermind.
Yes, he is. He seriously, since day one he's got here, I've talked to you about it a million times. I love him. I think he's a perfect fit for this. I'm going to get to him in a second. But you brought up Marchand. At the deadline, comes to this team from a hated rival, not sure how he's going to fit from an outsider standpoint. I'm not in that locker room. I don't get the locker room dynamic, but obviously it was perfect. Can you think of a better person to add to this team? And he wasn't the only addition at the deadline, but man, oh man, he was unbelievable in the finals.
And he's a better person.
Yeah,
if you can believe that, he is a better human being when you see him off the ice. When he laces up the skates, he's loud in the dressing room. Coming from an original 6 team, being a captain in Boston, that's not easy. He knows how to lead. Yeah, he thrives in big games. He salivates when it becomes the opportunity to set the stage. And where are we without him? A lot of the moves with superstar players don't work out a lot. But Bill Zito, round peg, round hole. We know this is going to fit perfectly into our locker room. He comes in here brilliant. One of the best two-way wingers in the NHL. He thought, well, I played with Bergeron this whole time. I'm probably going to Florida to play with Barkov. That's kind of the fit. Paul Maurice said, no, you're going to play with this Lundell and Louis Serenen. Okay, I can make that work. I'll also turn those two into much better players. He's chirping them on the bench. We're great defensively. Let's go. We have the puck. Let's go. Let's get after it. And to have him here, the difference that he made on the trade deadline is impeccable. Movement and coaching by Paul Maurice. And his acceptance to come in here, he's usually on PP1, power play 1. He's on power play 2. And then we have some rotation in the penalty killing. He's usually up around 20 minutes. In Boston, he's down around 14, 15 minutes with us. Still works, 37 years old. Blazing speed, Dairy Queen, the whole thing that goes along with it. It is just an electric personality. It just comes out, and you add that with Kachuk and Bennett and all these guys.
Right.
The game within the game, Clancy. Have fun with those guys. The chirping.
Oh yeah.
They're going to win the battles. They're going to win the battles.
It's just he fit in great. Like I didn't know how it was going to work, but he fit in perfect with this team. And I'll be honest, I know that Sam Bennett got to Conn Smythe. I know there's really good players on this team. My MVP vote would be for Bill Zito. Since the day he got to this franchise, I mean, Bill, you know this. He's made mastermind moves, picked up the right players, made a huge trade that could have went in the wrong direction. Instead, it took this team to the next level. Bill Zito, to me, he's the real MVP of this team.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. From ownership down, we get to ownership. It's clearly defined here. Everything you roll. Bill Zito asked Mr. Viola, can I spend this money? Mr. Viola, yes. You spend it on what you want. You're in charge. You screw it up, yeah, we might have some problems. But he spends wisely. He picks up. You go back. The Matthew Kachuk trade is the one that stands out.
Right.
You get Kachuk for Huberdeau, and everyone's thinking, but that changed the trajectory of our franchise and our systems of what Paul Maurice wanted to do with our team. So you got the buy-in there. You continue. You got Forsling off waivers. The trade for Reinhardt. You just keep going down. Everything seems to work. And at this deadline, we need someone on our third line. Brad Marchand comes in. Seth Jones in Chicago is just getting beat up every single night. He knows him from Chicago. They will, and it goes through analytics. It goes through our scouts. It goes through our assistant GM. Bill Zito says, "I want this, but does it work?" And it goes through 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and they put it on the desk and they say, "This person works for us." Put him in, make the deal, get it done, and somehow he gets it done. To get Brad Marchand it ended up being a first-round pick because we won the Stanley Cup championship. But the MVP and the job that he done to assemble this team, you have to make sure that you have the right. What you see on the ice is a product of what happens in the locker room, the brotherhood, the love, and that goes so far. So you identify not only the players but the character of the person
Right.
and the soul and the heart and the desire. That's where Seth Jones. A lot of people have given up on him in Chicago. Wasted, can't do it anymore, can't skate. Yeah, well, he had his motivator cuff torn. Put the motivator cuff back on, give him a little bit of excitement. Yeah, let's do this. Same thing with Brad Marchand. You come in here, you get a little extra pep in your step, and you can see what these guys can do. Just phenomenal stuff from Zito.
Yeah, totally agree. Like he's my MVP. It probably has been since day one, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this also. I felt great again last night, just like I did a year ago today when I spoke to you for Barkov. The guy's been the heart and soul of this franchise since he got here. So much pressure being a top pick. Can't win, can't get past this team. Now 3 straight Stanley Cup finals, 2 championships. Barkov is the leader of this team. He's the number one guy. I couldn't feel better for him as a person, as a hockey player, and a South Florida sports fan at this point.
Yes, and so Barkov here is what a person does when they're not looking.
Right.
That's kind of how you evaluate character. And he goes about it with humility. You tell him you're one of the best hockey players in the world, he'll kind of shrug it off like, what? Yeah, no, I'm not. Like, I'm just like, so there's this, but the inside that is incredible, just urge and let's go. And I'm going to lead this team, not by my words, but by my actions on and off the ice. This is a guy, works down with the Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital, spends a lot of time with kids. He'll never say a word about it. He probably doesn't even want it mentioned. So it's all that's, and when he goes home and all the dedication that he does, he's a person that I understand is doing so much when people aren't even looking, aren't even paying attention. And then when you are paying attention on that ice, you realize this guy is a superhuman hockey player. He didn't have a goal in the Stanley Cup Finals. He ends up with 5 assists, which is good. But Connor McDavid, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. It's a point a game for a guy that in a 6-7 game series probably ends up, when he's hot, 13 or 14 points. And that's largely due to the Selke Trophy winner, Barkov. I will not sacrifice going down the offensive side and put my team in jeopardy. I'm here to shut down number 97. I'll do my job, and we'll figure it out from there.
Yep, and we did. And another championship right there, just because of that, and that's unselfishness by Barkov. 2 more things, and I'm going to let you go. Paul Maurice, we talked about him a little before. Perfect man for the job. Came in, fit in. Personality is unbelievable. I can watch his press conferences for hours at this point as a media guy. I love it. I know you deal with him on a different level, whatever it is. How great of a guy is Paul Maurice, and how perfect of a fit was he for this cast of characters in Sunrise?
Yep, it was the right timing for the coach. Been at it a long time. In Winnipeg, it got stale, and he wasn't sure about anything. He needed a breath of fresh air. He comes down here to South Florida, and this is no knock to Winnipeg, but he gets in here with this group of players and understands, I got quite a dressing room. But also he says, I got an office view where it's sunny outside. This is rejuvenating. Both my kids are down here. One of my kids broadcasts over on with the Everglades on the other side with the East Coast Hockey League team. I could be around my kids. And to get in there, I'm lighthearted. I'm fun. Let's go. You see the pressers, and dealing with him, with us, ask him a question, he'll give you an honest response. And it will be point blank, and he'll be funny, he'll laugh, but he will give you everything you need. And he will also tell you stuff. I will tell you this, but you better not ever mention it over the air or in public. So you got to earn his trust. That stuff better never come out. So you get some inside stuff that you kind of knowledge. He'll peel back the curtain and give you some extra stuff as well. So he handles us, and stupid question or not, he doesn't shake your head and just kind of look down at you, condescending. Like, what the hell is that? Even after a loss, after a tough loss. Like, I'll answer the question. I'll put some humor in behind it. Okay, yeah. Like they asked him yesterday, how does it feel to wake up knowing you have a chance to win the Stanley Cup? His answer was, you asked me that 4 times last year. And that was true. We had 4 chances at it. So he says,
Right.
feels the same as last year.
Got to take care of it. Right. Don't want to wake up the next morning. Right. Think about it. Right. All right. Most important thing before I let you leave, Bill. What time are you getting down to the Elbow Room, and who's driving you down there at this point? Because I don't want you driving to the Elbow Room. I'll drive you down there. Go party down there. You deserve it. You should be with that Stanley Cup down there in Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Yeah, Clancy. Life's kind of changed for me over the years. I ran hard. I did my job, had my time. I've put that in the bag for a good while now, a good long time, which I'm really, really excited about. I feel healthy, feel great. So I can drive myself, and I can drive myself back at this point. So it's that's where I'm at in my life, and it feels really good. It does. It feels really good. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna go play some golf. I'm gonna go out with my wife. I'm gonna play some pickleball. I'll be around. I don't need to go down. That's for the players.
Right.
And all that. Like I lived it. I've been through it. Yeah, I've been, all those scenes. I understand. That was me. So your life kind of goes like this, ebbs and flows, and you get the understanding here, the appreciation, and it is when you sit back and you kind of got this clean mind, and it's a different perspective, but it's a different kind of joy for me at this point than when I was a younger kid. I'm able to soak it in and just kind of really, really appreciate it, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, Bill, I couldn't be happier. This is going to be a tradition between me and you. The day after the Stanley Cup championship win, you're coming onto Radio's Yard. We're going to talk. We're going to have a good time. Couldn't be happier to text you late last night, right after the win, to say we're good to go tomorrow.
Good.
Your answer was great. Just what time? Let's go. Right. It was awesome.
Let's rock.
You're the best.
Oh, Bill, you're the best, Clancy, man.
I want to say this. In all honesty, thank you as always for saying yes. Thank you for coming on with me always. And to be really honest with you, I'm so happy that you had front row seat to these last 2 years. No one deserved it more in my mind as one of the legends of this franchise, to see it, enjoy it. And you get to sit next to Doug, which is nice also.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, South Florida, my heart, my soul, this franchise, it's in my blood. For whatever reason, I grew up in Canada. This is it. This is where I live. This is where I love. And this hockey team, I'm going to get emotional talking about it, but
I know you are.
I have such a love for this community, people like you. They've embraced me. It's the feeling and the love is, yeah, me and my wife, we kind of look around and said, man, God has blessed us with such a great surrounding in life, and it's been a journey that's been failure, it's been success, it's been fun, and now to get this back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever thought that I would live and be part of this day. In South Florida, all you fans, all the community, all to you, Clancy, and all the media and the people that support us, I give every inch of my heart to all of you. I love every single one, and everyone deserves this. Let's celebrate. Let's get in it together. We've done it. Back-to-back champs.
Bill, too soon for a three-peat, or should I wait on that?
Nah, let's go.
All right.
Let's go for 3. If we get 3, we're going for it. Bill Zito's going to work some magic. You talked about team MVP. Well, we'll start to see as these contracts flow out, and if he keeps this band together, 3. And if you win 3 in the salary cap era, you're going down as arguably one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest of all time.
Right. Got to be right up there. Got to be right up there. Bill, go enjoy your day. Go enjoy your family. Love having you, as always, on with me. Love talking with you. Couldn't be happier for what's going on. But in all honesty, thanks for coming on Radio's Yard. We love having you as a guest.
I do. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so. And then enjoy it yourself. And we'll have a great couple of days. And I'll hopefully see you down at the parade.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'll be down there with a GoPro camera on my head or something like that. You know that at that point. The great Billy Lindsay joining us here on the Live at $1 Podcast Network and Radio's Yard. Panthers legend right after back-to-back Stanley Cup championships for your Florida Panthers. This has been Radio's Yard. That's Billy Lindsay. We'll talk to you again soon.